Registration is now open for the racial justice organization New Detroit's Multicultural series, which begins next month. Joining me today to tell us more about it is Marshalle Favors from New Detroit. Thanks so much for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
Appreciate your time. So before we get into the series, tell me about New Detroit, because you guys have a long history in Detroit.
Oh, absolutely. Well, New Detroit was actually the nation's very first urban coalition, and we have some very committed leaders who work on issues related to racial and social justice and to actually help us realize a more equitable society.
Okay, so we have this multicultural leadership series starting next month. Tell me about that.
Oh my goodness. So this is a series that started way back in 1999, and leaders come together and they stay together. A cohort stays together for about 3 months, and they learn about the history, culture, and socioeconomic issues of communities of color, like the Arab American, African American, Chaldean, Asian, and Latinx communities.
Yeah, so what kind of leaders are we talking about, and how do you form these groups?
Well, they apply, and the leaders who come together are a combination of grassroots leaders, corporate leaders, and I want to say almost kind of everything in between as well. And so they stay together and they're really immersed into the communities that they're going to learn about for an entire day, and they learn a lot about these communities, and it's really an intentional way for us to foster racial understanding throughout Southeast Michigan.
Yeah, so how are they learning? I mean, is it kind of a classroom instruction? Are they getting out in different communities, meeting people?
Every session is actually at a location that is representative of the community that they're going to learn about. And we have partner organizations. So the partner organizations are representative of the communities as well. And it's not what New Detroit wants you to know about these communities. It's the communities of color that are saying, these are the leaders, these are the issues that are relevant for us. And so they come and they're immersed in this experience, and they go back and have just a greater knowledge of what's going on, not here just in Southeast Michigan, but across the globe as well.
Yeah. So it's been going for a while. What has the response been from the leaders who participate, and then from the communities who get to tell them what they want them to know about their community?
Actually, in a nutshell, folks say that it's actually life-changing. People come in and they hear about and have this experience that they're connected to that they don't have on a day-to-day basis. I think that we're around each other every single day, but we're not connected to one another. We don't really truly know in depth like the histories of different people from different cultures, so we're intentional about bringing communities together. And afterwards, what we really want them to do is, we know that it's personal, that they enjoy like this personal learning, but we really want them to take the information back to the community, back to their organizations, back to their companies, so they can utilize what they learn in a very tangible way.
Yeah, incredible. DEI programs and concepts like this have really been in the spotlight, especially in the last 4 years or so. There's also been a little bit of a backlash in the last couple of years. Have you noticed that? Just a difference with interest level, and is it harder to put these programs together in that environment?
Absolutely, there has been DEI that's been in the backlash for it. But as a racial justice organization, our mission is to move it forward. Our mission is to make sure that issues related to race and social justice are always on the table, always in the forefront, no matter what the conversation is around diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Yeah. How'd you guys think of all of this? Because it feels difficult for a lot of people. Like you mentioned, not everyone spends a lot of time in communities that aren't their own. So how did we get to this place where this is such a well-developed program?
Well, I've been in New Detroit for almost 20 years, and so it actually started even before I got to the organization, but it was really communities coming together and saying that we need to be intentional about connecting with one another, because you can't achieve racial equity like in a silo. You really have to have everyone at the table, you have to have everyone's voice involved, and so it really came out of the need from the communities to say, hey, we want to get together and not only have the communities that we work with experience it, but have the broader community involved as well.
How important would you say it is for people to have these kinds of experiences and these opportunities, especially in an environment, we're hearing as the vice president takes on her candidacy, the term DEI candidate being used as an insult. Does it feel more important than ever to encourage these kinds of opportunities?
Oh, absolutely. I think that when we get together and we're really intentional about having cross-cultural communication, cross-cultural dialogue, everyone benefits from it because we develop like this racial understanding. If we're always in the same community talking to folks that look like us, have the same ideas as us, then we don't grow. We don't grow as a country, we don't grow as a society. So programs like this, professional development programs and programs like this in general, are vitally important to that.
Well, thank you for the work you're doing. For those who are interested, where can they find more information and register?
Absolutely, at newdetroit.org.
All right, thank you so much. Marshalle Favors from New Detroit. Appreciate what you're doing and appreciate you coming by today.
Thank you for having us. Thank
you.
you.